Hey everyone, tonight we're going to see how the Vivo X70 Pro transforms photos from what you see with your eyes into crisp, sharp, and sort of bright night photos using its extreme night mode. Let's get right into the test. So here we have a normal scene, 2 seconds, we're starting small. Now, the left side of the photo, let's just observe this for a moment. So, over here, it's dark, but over here, there is light, and you can see the leaves clearly. The phone is going to try and lighten up this part of the image. So, compare this to this, and you can see definitely the phone has done something. It's made the trees more visible. Now they're not super visible. If you want, you can do that and increase the brightness while taking the photo, but today we're going to keep things as is, and let's move on to the next photo. Right now it's a little bit more complicated. Now I have an extremely bright light source over here and a dark part over here, and we're going to see how the phone distributes the brightness using high dynamic range. I'm expecting it to remove the lens flare that you see. Do you see the lens flare around the light? This red bluish flare over here. Now compare this to this, and it's very clear that the phone has done something. For instance, the light is visible, and on the left, it's much more clear and sharp than it was in the preview. Compare this photo to this, and I think you will notice a significant difference. Here we have a scene not too challenging. There is plenty of light in this scene relative to the phone, and I think it'll go pretty well. Now, one of the highlight features on the website for Vivo, if you look at this phone on the website, they keep talking about how the phone is designed for night mode and stuff. And I'll be honest, I would believe the marketing hype because having on this phone for almost a year, its pictures are truly phenomenal. I mean, crisp, sharp night photos. Look at this. And I believe that they have the right to hype up the phone because the night mode on this Vivo is incredible. I can only imagine the night mode on the newest Vivo phones. This is a more challenging scene nonetheless. Now you have a darker. Now I know what you can see here, but with my eyes I can barely see what the phone is seeing here. It's just blackness to me. So as I snap this photo, I'm hopeful that the phone will really make those leaves look crisp and really bring out that hidden detail in the shadows. Let's compare the image. Now, remember, look at this area right here. It's not very clear, but if you open the photo, look at this. It's ridiculous. Wow. I mean, you can discern different leaves. It's really crazy what phones can do these days. I have to say that. Um, yeah. All right, let's try something. Let's try something different. Right, extremely bright light source, and there's some lens flare over here. Let's see what the phone can do. Notice at the top right corner, it's really dark. The sky over here is really dark. Just compare this to the actual photo, and you can see that the sky is more visible here. The top of the building is much more visible and sharp. And it's really, there is some lens flare, but it has done a good job of reducing the brightness of the light, and you can see it to the point where you can see the spider web inside the light. That's really crazy. I just want to reiterate that this looks very different to my eyes. A lot of the scene, for example, here where the light's pole is, I can barely see this with my eyes, but in the photo it's crystal clear. On to the next photo. All right, now it's going to get challenging because here you don't have a lot of light and it's going to take some effort. It says extreme night at the bottom, and that's what gets me excited. Let's see what extreme night means according to Vivo. Extreme night has a very different meaning for human beings, but for Vivo phones, it means that the phone basically captures a lot more light. Yes, I'm fun at parties. I'm just making an important difference. Let's look at the photo now. This area right here, it's going to be really bright. Are you ready? Check it out. See, told you, super bright. And the leaves are all visible. The saturation is pretty good. Vivo is known for a very saturated output, but wow. I mean, this looks absolutely spectacular. If it went for the sky, I would believe this was taken at some time during the day. On to the next photo. Okay, this is a tough question for the phone, and the reason for that is because bright light source, super dark, super dark, and oh, it doesn't say extreme night mode, it just says 5 seconds, but okay. It's like the phone is saying, oh, this is easy. 5 seconds. So the longer the second count is at the bottom of the screen, the more exposure time, and therefore the more information the phone tries to capture. Look at the sky here. Look at the dark part of the image here. Now compare this to the output, and you can see that the phone captured this red plant, which I just noticed. Wow. Um, and you can see that the library is much more visible. These lights are not very clear, but I think the HDR has done a really good job in just kind of keeping them from getting blown out. Now on to the next photo. Now let's go. It says 10 seconds. Oh, interesting. Usually it says like 9 seconds. First time I'm seeing 10 seconds that I can remember. Now, the tree on the left is particularly dark. I want you to look at this tree right here, really dark. The bottom grass really darked out, and the sky is sort of visible. Let's compare this to the photo. And here you can see the screen. The tree is suddenly much more visible. Leaves are discernible. The sky is brighter. It's dark blue, but it's brighter. The grass is suddenly visible. Wow. It's really like, where did that come from? Let's go to the next photo. Oh no, guys, just forgive me for a second. I walked into a spider web. There are a lot of them here for some reason, and oh god, one second. Um, okay, guys, we're gonna take a bit of a gamble here because not too many stars are visible, but I'm going to switch it into astro. Point the phone straight up towards the night sky. This is straight up. Lock the tripod. It says 1 minute and 9 seconds. Let's go. I'll just stop recording so you don't get bored. Right, so the photo has been taken. Before I open the photo, I'm just gonna say I'm not making any promises here. Not too many stars visible tonight. Let's see what I can capture, anyways. Okay, at first, not much is visible, but if we zoom into the photo, we can see some stars. But here's a little trick. I'm going to show you something. So if you go to this app called Snapseed by Google. Now, I'm not sponsored or anything. Please don't think that. I'm just showing you this. I discovered this myself. You go to Snapseed and you choose an option. Wait, where is it? Whoops. Need to switch the phone into portrait. 1 second. Yeah. You choose an option called drama. And look at the difference it makes. Let me just show you. Look at this. You see much more stars, many more stars, and they're much more discernible in the sky. For perspective, this is the initial photo straight from the camera, and this is what Snapseed can do. I don't know. I just discovered this by accident. I would recommend giving a short download Snapseed, and it can really help with astrophotography. For some reason, Vivo can't do this on their own, but Snapseed is a great option. Anyways, on to the next photo. Okay, this is a big challenge. I can barely see what this phone is seeing with my own eyes, and it says 14 seconds. All right, let's go. Now, this photo is particularly hard for the phone because there's very little light to work with. I mean, we're talking barely a few luxes of light. Um, I mean, let me show you with my finger once the. Okay, so blacked out, blacked out, blacked out. I mean, there's barely anything visible. And the sky is visible, but again, in reality, with my eyes, this looks much darker than it does on the screen. And this is what the phone pumps out. You get leaves, and more leaves, and you get a nice, beautiful blue sky. Night mode on this phone is truly spectacular. I don't know if you have perspective, but try doing this on like an S20 from Samsung, or like an iPhone even, and it will not come close to what this phone can do. On to our final photo for the night. I'm going to crank everything to maximum for this one, just for the hell of it, because it's our final photo and I want to go crazy with it. So Tap on the photo, brightness up to maximum. I want to turn night into day, baby. Uh, let's see. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit! Wait, what? Okay, wait 1 second. Okay, maximum brightness. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. It looks like daytime. I mean, look at this. This is at what, 2 a.m. in the morning, and look at the photo. Look at this. You could actually convince someone. In fact, if you go to editor and you add like a wait, actually no need. Basically, if you add any kind of warm white balance to that, it'll look like the sun is shining in the middle of the day, but it's like 2 a.m. in the morning. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, for more videos like this, remember to subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section if you want more of these types of videos or what other types of videos you want about phone camera systems. I'll see you in the next show. Until then, good night.